This is an Elddis Avante 586, going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake will all be demonstrated here on site in person. In the front locker, you've got your gas bottle with gas regulator up on the bulkhead. On top of the bottle, you've got your gas valve to turn the gas on and off. And then you've got your reverse thread fitment going into the bottle itself. So you turn the red handle, you can see, the opposite way to what you normally would to disconnect the bottle from the caravan itself. You've got your wind down leg on either side of the front. You've got one on this side and one on the other side in the same area. You've then got your water pump connection, and that drops down into the aqua roll itself. And I've already filled the water system up, but I'll demonstrate when we get inside the van how you do that. Then got your your battery box with your mains connection coming into the side of the van. So you'll connect the power up, and then you turn the power on inside, and then we'll demonstrate that when we go inside also. Got your motor mover. The motor mover will be demonstrated at the end of the handover video, and like I said, that'll be right in the end of this video. But then we'll also torque the wheel nuts before the caravan leaves site. Got your grey waste pipes coming out the side of the van. So them two grey waste pipes drop down into the waste master, so the fresh water that goes in the front has to come out somewhere, and that's where it comes out on the side of the van. Toilet flush tank here takes 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. You've then got your toilet waste cassette, which you pull out by pulling the orange handle and pulling the cassette towards you. The neck here turns out to allow the waste to be tipped away, and the cap is a measure for the blue fluid. You've got an orange pressure relief button on the back of the cassette, so it releases the pressure from the cassette so it can be tipped away. The wind down legs on the back of the van, they're to stabilise the caravan, the same as the two at the front, but you'd never lift the caravan with them legs. It could actually damage the floor of the caravan if you tried to lift the caravan off the ground with the legs itself. Got your two fridge vents, which allow the hot air out the side of the fridge unit, and behind the top one here as well, you've also got a gas flue for the gas systems on board the van. You've got a storage locker for underneath the front seating area on this side of the van, and you've got your wind down leg and your barbecue gas point also. Come inside the van. You've got your power switch here to isolate the internal power to the caravan. So if I turn this switch off, it would actually turn all the internal power off on the caravan and isolate the power. In the centre here, you've got the power for the internal lighting, and you've got your awning light on the right hand side. The control panel below here, I'll take you through in a moment, but you've got your battery voltage on the bottom right hand corner, heating, hot water, water pump and timed heating. First thing we need to do is fill the water system on the van. So below the seat on this side, you've got a yellow drain down valve. That yellow drain down valve, while it's in the position it's in now, pointing towards the outside of the caravan, is in the fill position. If I had that valve turned 90 degrees to the right of where it is now, it would actually drain all of the water out of the water system on board the van. But to fill the water system, you're first of all going to need to open all the taps up on the caravan, which I've already done, as I said. So as you can see, open all the taps up on the hot side. You don't need to worry about the cold side, but you'll open all the taps up on the hot side. And once you've got all of those taps open, you can come over to the control panel by the door and turn the water pump on. So the water pump switch will initially look like this, and to turn the water pump on, you'll press the button and it will say pump ready. At that point, it will start drawing water from the aqua roll on the outside of the caravan and filling the water system up on board the van. Once the water system is completely full, you'll have water coming out of every tap on board the caravan. And when that system's full, you can then turn all the taps back off and you'd be ready to start warming the water on board the caravan. So again, you'd come to this whale control panel by the door. And at that point, when you're ready to start warming the water, you can press the tap symbol on this side. And you have a few different options here. You have frost mode, so for instance the water system, if you thought it was going to freeze when the caravan was in storage and this control panel was turned on, it'd actually drop the water out the bottom of the caravan. However, we always recommend that you drain the water off completely before storing the caravan anyway, so don't ever rely on this to drain the system down. Here on the left hand side at the top here, the eco button, will warm the water up to around 30 degrees of water temperature, and that doesn't matter whether you're on gas or mains power. If you want to run the heating to around 45 to 50 degrees of water temperature and you're connected to mains power, you can use the 3.3 amp option on the left hand side at the bottom here. If you wanted to run the heating system on gas, you could ignite it on this side, and it'll actually be a timed 15-minute boost. So it'll actually stay ignited for only 15 minutes while it warms the water up and boosts the water system. If you want to do the same option but on electric, you can do that on the control panel here by clicking 6.5 volts, or you could have both on at the same time, and that would warm the water system even quicker. So what I advise is, if you're using the gas system, if you're just using it to boost the water system and you're off grid, you'd use the gas only. If you're on your mains, you'd select either of the mains options here at the bottom, and the water protection, like I said, is there as just a protection. It is not there as a complete fail-safe, and we always recommend draining the system completely before storing it. The cooker system works as your household cooker system would, no difference at all there. You've got your igniters on the front and your gas controls along the front of the oven as well. The fridge, very simple to use. You've got your power on and off switch in the corner here. I'm just going to turn it off to demonstrate. Power on. It will normally go automatically to mains power, as you can see it has here. And to control the temperature of the fridge on mains, use the temperature control on the right hand side. To ignite the fridge on gas, you'll press the gas symbol with the gas bottle turned on. It'll allow the gas system to ignite. It won't ignite at the moment because I've got the gas turned off, but that will self-ignite. If it ever failed to ignite, it would flash the pilot light just here and the red warning triangle on the right hand side. All that'll mean is either you run out of gas or the gas system isn't bled. If for any reason you can't get it to ignite on gas and the gas bottle's turned on, I'd advise you light the hob or the oven or grill first, because that's the last point on the gas system, and allow the system to bleed that way. You've also got 12 volt mode on the end here, so you can put 12 volt on. So 12 volt mode is essentially for when you're towing down the road. What that will do is, when you connect it to the car at the front of the caravan, it'll allow the fridge to work as a cool box. Once it's on that mode, you'd need to come inside, or once you've got it connected to the car, you'd need to come inside the van, turn the power on and press the 12 volt button here. That will only work as well if you have a 13 pin plug fitted on the back of your car, or the two 7-pin plugs if you've got the 7-pin version of that, and we have adapters here if they are needed. So I've been through the heating and hot water systems, how to fill the water system, the oven and grill, the fridge itself, and then we're just going to go to the microwave just to show you it's working. Up on the control panel here, you've got your 30-second start, as you can hear, and you can turn the countdown. It's all kicked in and working as you'd expect, so I'm going to clear that now. We do advise, while you are travelling, to remove the microwave plate from inside the microwave and store it in the drawer at the front, for instance, or in in between the cushions on the sofa or seating areas. I'm going to go into the bathroom now. The toilet system on the caravan, very simple to use. You've got an electric flush on top here. You've got a full indicator light, so this little red light here will appear red when the toilet waste cassette is full. And talking of the waste toilet cassette, you won't be able to remove the cassette if the toilet is turned round. So as you can see, the toilet does turn for your convenience, but to release it from under the van, you would need to make sure it's pointing straight across to the opposite side of the caravan towards the bunk area, because if not, it'll actually hold the cassette in place with the two lockout tabs it's got underneath the toilet. To let the toilet waste into the cassette under the van, you'd open up the slide here at the bottom, which will open up the black flap inside the toilet, and that will allow the waste to go straight into the cassette itself. When you are finished with the loo, we do advise you shut the flap back off so no smells come back inside of the van. Once you're done on your holiday or been away for a period of time, then I'd advise you drain all the water system down. To do that, you put the tap into the central position and open it completely up. So that's a tap on the kitchen sink, the shower and the sink in the bathroom. You turn the water pump off, and then the yellow valve underneath the seat here, you'd open up about 90 degrees to allow the water to come out of the van. At that point, it will completely drain the system, and it will stop the system from freezing or cracking the water tank on board the van if it did ever freeze up. The next part of the demonstration you're going to see is a motor mover demonstration. However, I'm going to say goodbye for now, or goodbye. We hope you enjoy the caravan, and if you have any further questions for us here at the Caravan Company, please don't hesitate to call us. One of our team will be able to assist, whether it be the guys on the weekend or during the week when the engineers are here on site. But like I said, carry on watching the video, because at the end of this you'll see the motor mover demonstration. Thank you very much. Bye bye. So to operate the motor mover, you're going to first need to engage the motor mover against the wheel. Normally you'd use the leg brace for doing this on this particular sort of mover, but just for speed I'm going to use an electric drill. So put it in place, and you'd wind the mover onto the wheel. Like I said, you normally use your leg brace, but like for speed I'm just using the drill. You then take the red power key that you see just here, take it round to the other side of the van where the power box is. You put the red key into the slot on the side of the van and turn the power on, and disconnect the pump before you move the van. You then come back round to the door and get the motor mover control. Double press the power button so it comes on. He says. There we go. Going through its load screen. Once you hear the beep, you'll release the handbrake. And at that point, you can control the caravan with the controller. So you got forwards, backwards, turn, turn. Want the jockey wheel up slightly? Turn. Sorry, to stop, the controller turned itself off. Got backwards. Your turns. As you can see. At that point then, when you're done with the mover, you pull the handbrake back on. Turn the controller off with the red button. Put that back inside the van. It's just inside the doorway when you arrive on site. Then come around to the other side of the van again and turn the power off to the mover itself. In the side locker. Disengage the motor mover from the wheel with the drill. Again, I'm going to do it, but like I said, you do it with the leg winder normally. And that's the end of the motor mover demonstration. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Bye bye.